Hello, ladies and gentlemen. What is going on? It's your host LP, the person that throws all those awesome classic and today gems. And I want to bring you guys an update of what's going on with the show. The show has been postponed for almost a year now. Unexpectedly, it had to happen. Sometimes we just don't know what is going to be happening around in our life, meaning sometimes we'll have curves thrown at us, right? And if you know, or if you listen to baseball or watch it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Life unexpectedly will throw a curveball at you, and it has happened here with the LP show. So therefore, I haven't been able to do any shows for the rest of the year 2020. However, I did do one for the New Year's, beginning of 2020, of course. Since then, I haven't been recording any shows after that. Now, 2020 is almost over, ladies and gentlemen, and this show is not gone. I haven't stopped recording or anything, or better yet, I haven't stopped putting shows together, programs together, so we can get it up and running. But because of random things happening with the LP, we haven't been able to do it. And I hope you understand. The show will continue, however. And I want to assure you that we're not done. We're going to continue. We're going to have new themes or subjects to talk about in the show in general. As you can see, the show pretty much focuses on music, whether some classics music, yesteryears, as I would say, or even today's music. And by yesteryears, I mean your 40s, 50s, or 60s, even 70s music. In some of my shows, I do talk briefly of some history of recordings, such as when the song was released, or the album was released, or who is the main composer or writer for a particular song, i.e. And so we want to continue doing that here with the LP show. Think of it as some other radio show out there that used to be, and unfortunately, he's no longer with us, and I'm talking about Mr. Casey Kasem. My respects to that gentleman. I mean, that person, he just knew radio all the way. And the same thing for another one who I pay a lot of respects to, that's Mr. Rick Dees. He used to have a show in the 90s on Kiss FM Los Angeles called The Rick Dees in the Morning. And if you know that show, you exactly know what I'm talking about. I grew up with this radio disc jockey during that era, the era of the 90s. To my understanding, I believe he started in the, maybe early 70s and up, if I'm not mistaken. And Mr. Casey Kasem, I actually started listening to him. I believe it was on another radio station, and to be honest with you, I don't remember what's it called. But all I can say is I love the way that this radio disc jockey did his job also. I like the way how he talked to the public. And of course, he wasn't a comedian like Mr. Rick Dees was. But some disc jockeys out there, radio disc jockeys to be specific, do have their personalities, and some just aren't comedian like Mr. Rick Dees is or was, right? And so I like Mr. Casey Kasem because he kept it classic, he kept it classy, and in a way you could say I am following that awesome trend, the trend that Mr. Casey Kasem left. And so, as I said, it is a bit challenging for me to be more specific of why the show had to be postponed. Why? Because of personal reasons. And didn't have to do with me. It just had to do with personal reasons, and we'll leave it at that. And I hope you understand. But all I can say is I am blessed. I'm great. I feel great. I understand that the situation that we're facing globally isn't the best right now here in 2020. But let me tell you something. I hope that you continue to listen to the LP show because we're going to keep it going with positive music. My goal here is to keep the show positive and enthusiastic. Coming soon, I am going to introduce new artists. Yes, the LP show will be introducing new artists real soon. Why? Because I know that there are a lot of people out there that want to give themselves the opportunity to be part of the music industry. The LP show mostly focuses on positive music, music that's upbeat, music that just keep you pumping, as we would say, right? That will keep you going with that awesome energy, the positivity, the enthusiasm, you name it, the LP is going to have it for you. Episodes of the past, ladies and gentlemen, are really, really good. I strongly suggest that you listen to them if you haven't yet. Now, for Christmas music, as we all know, holidays are upon us. The Christmas theme is around the corner, literally about maybe a week or two away. And I will keep the holiday spirit going with the LP show's Christmas edition episode. We're going to do another one. I believe this will be my third Christmas theme for the year of 2020. We started it I think I started it in 2017. Let me see. Maybe this is my third or fourth episode for the Christmas edition. I don't remember, ladies and gentlemen. Please excuse me. Right now I'm just talking to you just randomly. I don't have nothing in front of me. I have no material to look at, nothing. I just wanted to give you guys an update of what's going on with the show. I understand that there are platforms out there that have their rules, such as Spotify, TuneIn, Apple, Amazon, among others that I'm not going to mention. But the main ones that I mentioned, I want to thank you for allowing the LP show to be part of your platform. And also, who's the other one? iHeartRadio. I want to thank you also for allowing the LP show to be part of you. But the LP show is available right now. It's on iHeartRadio, on TuneIn, Amazon Music. Yes, the LP show is new to the Amazon Music, so I want to thank Amazon for giving the LP show the opportunity, and the Lord, our Creator upstairs, for giving me the blessing of being able to share this awesome new show with you guys. The LP show doesn't focus on numbers, ladies and gentlemen. The LP show does not focus on rating either. The LP show focuses on positivity and keeping it going. Now, I know that there are so many podcasters out there that you could be listening to right now. You're probably asking, well, why do I need to listen to the LP show when I can listen to other disc jockeys out there? That's true. That's true. But let me tell you something. There are other disc jockeys out there that don't take your loved ones into consideration. I'm talking about children. The LP focuses on family environment. Now, the music that we play here, I can't really control what the artist should sing, what they shouldn't sing. But what I can do is choose from a variety of catalog of music and see what's going to be appropriate for the show. We are planning to do a golden hip hop show. I believe that's what I'm going to call it. And it's probably going to be focusing on some 80s and 90s hip hop. So we're going to call it the Golden Hip Hop Show. You're going to like it. I'm pretty sure you'll like it. I put a great show together. I'm pretty sure some of you might be, wow, I haven't heard this jam in a long time. You know, LP brought me back to the day, right? There's a radio show called Back in the Day, and I'll leave it at that. Back in the Day in Denver, Colorado. I didn't say the whole show because I don't want to, promote the show. But all I'm going to say is Back in the Day. What's the name of the show, etc. We'll leave it at that. But anywho, as I was saying, we're going to do that awesome golden hip hop show. My goal is to focus on classic hip hop hits that they hit the radio. Yes, some of that show may be somewhat political, because there are some certain rap artists of the early 80s and even some 90s or so that focus on a lot of politics. Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. I was not aware that this device was vibrating, and I don't like that. You see, this is exactly what I mean. I don't like interruptions. But this is just a little brief update anyway. The updates do get erased, by the way. I don't keep them in the cloud. I don't do that. I just keep it where the show continues. So if you missed this one, I'm sorry. Maybe a future update will be taking place. But right now, we're just letting it roll. All right? No edits here. Let's go with it. All right. So, as I was saying, we're going to do that show. And I am going to throw a parental advisory warning on it. Yes, I did say that the show will be focused on, family orienting, family oriented, meaning that it should be very friendly. But since we do different types of music, like I said, classics, and today's somewhat hits, then I'm going to make an exception with this one. And I'm sure that if you're a parent out there, you know exactly what I'm talking about when it comes to throwing the parental advisory warning. There are so many podcasters out there that don't give a flip, don't give a hoot of what type of content your children listen to. All they care about, whether you like it or not, they care about the money. LP doesn't care really about the money. LP cares about the community. Now, if there's some funding involved, yes, it's a blessing for the LP show and for the LP in general. If it's there, I'm grateful for it, right? For those of you who are my believers out there, you know what I'm talking about. And if you aren't, then I guess you're not ready yet. But for those of you who are believers out there, you know what I'm talking about. In today's era, in today's generation, it's very, very difficult to choose what type of content we should let our children listen to. This is why when I do shows like this, especially with the Golden Hip Hop one that I'm going to be doing real soon, is definitely going to be having a label there to warn the parents, to let you, the parent, know, hey, this is the type of content that's going to be brought to you here on the LP show. It is your responsibility as a parent to know and to see if it's appropriate for your child. Here at the LP, I can't really tell you what you are supposed to let your child listen to. I can't. Because if I could, I would just clean every song that's out there. But unfortunately, that would be a lot of trouble and a lot of hassle. And you guys want me to get involved with the laws and copyrights and all this jazz. A lot of stuff that you have to go through. Yeah, can it be cleaned? Most definitely it can. But then you got to look for somebody that knows how to edit the music really good. You got to make sure it's very professional because the LP show focuses on professionalism. But as if you guys notice right now, I'm just telling you guys of what's going on, why I haven't done the show, and what type of content does the show allow or play, however you want to phrase it or say it. So, I do appreciate you, my listeners out there, and my new listeners, my new audience out there listening to the LP show. I really appreciate you. The LP show doesn't really have intros at the moment, so I will do what I can to have the best of presentable intros for the show. But if you are out there and can help me with some voice intros out there, please feel free to email me, LP, at the following email, which is thelpshow.com. thelpshow2002 at gmail.com. Once again, that's thelpshow2002 at gmail.com. There, I'll be able to get your emails, questions, or so. And I would love to do that because I definitely want to have some new intros for the show. I'm a person that doesn't really like to repeat my intros over and over and over. But because of funding, not having the right amount of funding to do it the professional way as I would like to do it, it is a little challenging. But I believe in blessings, ladies and gentlemen. I believe in blessings that our Lord upstairs is going to definitely do something for me where I'm going to have better intros for my show. And most definitely, I will have better shows for you out there to listen to enjoy, music to dance to, i.e. Today's music isn't the best. So the LP show will continue to focus on classic music, such as your early 2000s, 90s, 80s, 70s. We'll leave it at that. And maybe some 60s, but that will be for another segment. It will not be part of the LP show in general. But then again, I can always flip it, because I'm one of those that just likes to do different things with music. Coming soon, we are going to do some special themes for music genre, such as, best hits of the rock, 1990s rock, or best hits of 1960. Heck, we can even do a whole year of pure oldies like that, like best hits of 1960, best hits of 1961, and so on. And we can do that with, 70s, 80s, 90s, early 2000s music. From 2014 and up, that's where I stop. 2015 doesn't really go with me. 16 and up, it doesn't go with me. Because today, the music sounds very, very artificial, ladies and gentlemen. And here at the LP, we don't feel that it's music. It's just all computerized. Now, some of you might go, well, 90s music was computerized. That's true. But people were dancing to it as in the Euro Electronica, right? I'm pretty sure that's where you guys are going to go. 80s also, right? Some of it was computerized. Synthesizers here and there, right? But today it's more computerized because I've seen how these so-called music artists put their music or introduce their music out into the world. And I'm sorry, but I'm not a fan of it. I like it to be real. I like it to be the original sound. And if you know music, you know exactly where I'm going with my point here. But that's beyond the point. That's all I wanted to say, ladies and gentlemen. We have some curves thrown at us here at the LP show, and I haven't been able to do the show. My goal is to get at least 2 episodes before this year is over. 3, not 2. 3. I would like to do that Golden Hip Hop episode, and then our Christmas episode, and of course our New Year's episode. So LP definitely's got a lot of work to do. But if you're out there that can do voices, that can help me with the intros for my show, and you're willing to bless me with it, please, by all means, send me a sample of what your voice sounds like, or what type of work do you do that involves this type of activity. Let's collaborate if you're willing to collaborate with the LP. But as of right now, I do what I can with voices for the show. Email me at thelpshow2002 at gmail.com. That's thelpshow 2002 at gmail.com. And don't forget, we are available on Apple, TuneIn, Spotify, Amazon, iHeartRadio, and of course, the main host for the LP show is Spreaker.com. Okay? Thank you so much. We'll talk to you soon.